Seahawks Today by Chat Sports, and we're feeling a little spicy as you guys submitted your hottest takes to the channel. And what we're going to do today is we're going to react to them. The Seahawks are a few weeks into the season now. Bye week. How you feeling about this team? The spicier, the better, by the way. Your chance to take over the show, my chance to react to it. Let's get started. The legend himself, Mark Sanchez, making his triumphant return to Seahawks Today, writes in hot take. Hawks will beat the Niners on Thanksgiving Day, and Witherspoon will win Defensive Player of the Year with Defensive Rookie of the Year. All right, Mark, let's dissect that piece by piece here. I like it. A lot to dive into there. Let's start off with them beating the Niners on Thanksgiving Day. It's a home game. It is at Lumen Field. It's been a while since the Seahawks beat the Niners. They got swept last season, lost 3 games. And I'll say this, credit to both teams, because both of them are very good, right? It is going to be hard for either of them to sweep one another. I do not expect the Seahawks to sweep the Niners. I do not expect the Niners to sweep the Seahawks. The most likely scenario is that the Seahawks win at Lumen Field and the Niners win at Levi Stadium. So I agree. I think the Niners will lose, that the Seahawks will win on Thanksgiving night. Now, as far as Devon Witherspoon goes, Defensive Rookie of the Year is certainly within reach. The odds right now have him as the second favorite. Defensive Player of the Year is going to be a little bit harder. But if he keeps playing like he did on Monday night, then he'll make a strong case. Devon Witherspoon, the best is yet to come, Mark Sanchez. I'm fired up about Devon Witherspoon. KDF writing in, keep Spoon at slot, and the Seahawks are going to the bowl. The bowl, of course, referring to the Super Bowl, the bowl with all bowls. Let's go one thing at a time here, keeping him at the slot. So I was listening to Ryan Clark the other night on the ESPN postgame show, and he was concerned about what are they going to do with Devon Witherspoon, his position-wise, when Jamal Adams comes back from the concussion, and you got Kobe Bryant and Julian Love and all these guys, and also Trey Brown coming back as well. And here's the deal. Seahawks have a good problem on their hands here. They will figure it out one way or another. So whether he's playing the slot or playing outside, I'm not honestly concerned. I think that the Seahawks are going to be okay with whatever they do with Devon Witherspoon. So I trust them to figure it out. I know I've had my doubts about Clint Hurts, but Pete Carroll is going to be the right guy to find what's best for Devon Witherspoon. His track record speaks, so they'll be fine. Don't worry about it. DJ writes in, Jamal Adams for Comeback Player of the Year. All right, DJ. Let's hold the phone on this. First off, to win Comeback Player of the Year, you have to come back first. Okay. Jamal Adams looked good in the, 9 snaps that we saw him play on Monday night. PFF score was really good. Small sample size, very small sample size. He looks really good. But he still went out with that concussion. Now he's going to come back. Let's see him stay healthy first. I know it was just a little bit that we saw Jamal, but he looked good for that little bit we saw him. But got to be out there. If he stays out there, then we can talk. But let's focus one thing at a time here first. Thanks, DJ. Tommy Spanks, bang, writes in, Jaxon Smith-Njigba is overrated and has been missing in action so far. Should we trade him? Tommy. I sound like a disappointed parent right now. Hell no! Okay? I've been reading the comment section the last, week or two, and a lot of you guys are dogging on JSN, saying it was a waste of a pick, that, he just isn't getting involved and all that. And look, I understand the frustration. Believe me, I get that. But this, to me, is more about the coaching and schematically of getting him involved than it is about JSN. JSN's very talented. He's a very good route runner. He's got to give him more of an opportunity. And for me, I would like to see more of a downfield passing game. I think JSN could play a big role in that as far as that goes. No, you should not absolutely consider trading JSN. His day will come. He's still a rookie. Not everybody blossoms overnight like that. And we saw what he did in the preseason and everything in training camp. Give him time. He will be okay. Trust me on this, folks. Believe me. Was it a mistake drafting JSN? Are we really doing this? Be honest. Tell me what you think. Y for yes, N for no. It wasn't a mistake. He'll be fine. Calm down, folks. AJ writes in. Seahawks come all out of the bye hot and win 7 in a row. Okay. I like what you're thinking here, JJ, as far as 7 in a row goes. I'm actually going to pull out my phone right now and go over the schedule, and let's see about these next 7 games that these Seahawks have and break this down for you, because I got to tell you, the Seattle Seahawks team, sitting at 3-1 right now, things feel pretty good, but you're going to be tested here pretty soon. Think about this. You played the Bengals. Joe Burrow doesn't look too healthy right now, but it's still the Bengals. It's Jamar Chase and all those guys there. Cincinnati's still a good football team despite their record. Cardinals should be a win. Browns are up and down. You don't know what team's going to show up. Not a given that you win that game necessarily. Then you play at Baltimore. Cross-country road trip. Baltimore is a very good football team. Lamar Jackson, I think, is the most explosive player in the league. And when he's on, he's on. And that defense is incredible. That's a tough game. Commanders, that game is interesting because the Commanders, we don't necessarily know who they are, if they're contenders or pretenders just yet. But they've looked okay, looked better than expected to begin the season anyway. Rams, you hope it's a win this time. And then the Niners after that. 7-0, that's asking a lot, but it's not impossible, AJ. Dumploid Boss writes in, hashtag hot take. Seahawks offense needs to get more points on the board and start off early. We can't rely on our defense just because they stop sucking. Dumploid Boss, 100% agree. The offense does need to do a better job. And go back to last week, the Panthers game. This team had, 5 field goals in a row? It took a while to get that offense really going. And as I've said many times before, you got to stay out of the friend zone, get into the end zone. The Seahawks have to do a better job capitalizing in the red zone. That's where a guy like Jake Bobo comes in. You can't win in the postseason with field goals. You'll win in touchdowns. I agree. Seahawks got to do a better job of that. It works both ways. The defense is improving, but the offense has got to do its part as well. So you might be onto something there at the Employed Boss. Let me tell you about today's partner here on Seahawks Today. Odds are one of our newest sponsors here at Chat Sports. Not a betting app, let's make that clear, but its AI technology gives you the bets they recommend making. Because let's face it, luck is not strategy. They don't take your bet. We make you better at betting, folks. Here's what you do. Go to oddsr.com/NFL Daily, and we are giving Seahawks Today viewers a 30-day free trial when you download OddsR. And with OddsR, you can pull up all the NFL games, as well as other sports, MLB, playoff action getting going right now, among other things. The NBA is starting soon. And you can figure out the smart bets to make. Here's the thing. You want to look for the green values. And the red values mean stay away. Don't make those bets. Some notable ones this weekend, because if you can't bet on the Seahawks this weekend, you might as well make some money on some of the other games, right? Thursday Night Football, for example. Green value on the Commanders, Bears under, the Bears covering as well as winning. Some good value there. Atlanta and Houston, value on the under. Those offenses stink. I understand Bijan Robinson's playing, but he can't necessarily score 41 and a half on his own. Packers and Vegas, meanwhile, value is on the over in that game. The Raiders' defense is just atrocious, so Yeah, I can see that. It makes a lot of sense. Check out Odds Are, download it now, and start finding the right bets you need to make. 30-day free trial, terms and conditions do apply. Luck is not strategy. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Check out Odds Are today. All right, moving on now. Our next one in the hot take mailbag today comes from Feed Me More Seahawks. Jamal will break 9.5 sacks record this season with 10. I don't see that happening. There's not a whole lot of time. He's already basically missed 4 games this season, with, 13 more to go. I don't see that happening, but I do like Jamal's role in this defense. When you look at the Seahawks and their situation of, hey, they have their safeties, right? Plenty of them between the likes of Quandre Diggs and Julian Love and Kobe Bryant. You can play him in that box safety role and let him do his thing. So, Feedmore Seahawk, I do think he sees some sacks. I doubt it's necessarily 10. Beta YT, a Seahawks Today legend around here, writes in. Devon Witherspoon will win Defensive Player of the Year, and JSN will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Witherspoon, it could happen. There's a chance, especially after his performance that he had on Monday Night Football the other night. JSN, meanwhile, got a lot of work to do. And as I said earlier, I'm not blaming JSN. He just needs to get schemed more into the offense and get more involved there to have a shot. You look at the Defensive Rookie of the Year odds right now, Witherspoon is climbing up. He's at plus 175 now, the number 2 player in Defensive Rookie of the Year odds. If he continues to play at a high level, we'll see him climb up there. In fact, the guy that he's behind right now, Jalen Carter, he actually has more sacks than. So best of luck to Devon Witherspoon. Hopefully there's more of Spoon coming up the way that we've seen so far. Jerry43 writes, Drew Lock looked great. He should be starting over Geno Smith. Ay. I've seen this take a few times over the last few days. And, it makes me want to just walk off the screen here. Yeah. Right? Okay, I'll come back. All right, let's talk about this for a second. Drew Lock. What can I say about Drew Lock? Drew Lock looked very good, filling in for Geno in the few snaps that he was in, leading a touchdown drive, had that long pass to Noah Fant. He did his job. And for me, that was a big confidence booster in proving that he is a worthy backup quarterback. But you would be kidding yourself if you think now's the time to bench Geno. Because Geno's playing well. He's coming off a very good season last year. There's just no reason to. Now, I think what we saw from Drew in that small sample size, that if, God forbid, something does happen to Geno, that Drew can hang on to things and keep the boat, cruising, sailing, if something were to happen. He earned my confidence. He earned your confidence as well. But as far as starting over Geno, hell no, that ain't happening. But it's an interesting take. Confidence level in Drew Lock. Scale it for me 1 through 10. What are you feeling about the Seahawks backup quarterback? Weigh in the comment section. Put a number on it, 1 through 10, and let us know what you think. Thanks for joining us on this special hot take edition of Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. I know it's the bye week, but we're not slowing down on Seahawks coverage on the channel. Subscribe now if you haven't already for the latest happenings on your favorite team. We got you covered, and we'll see you next time right here on Seahawks.